Hello everyone, it's Jebro, welcome back. Just a quick update video really on the build video for the Flame Thrower Engineer or Scrapper build that I've had out recently. You have to forgive me, it's pretty late in the evening. Well, it's actually like 20 past 12 a.m. And I thought I'd grab this opportunity quickly just while I'm having a little bit of a study break to pop out a quick video. Reason videos are a bit slow at the moment, I'm still streaming on Twitch live as I normally do, but I have finals, I have quarters. The end of my quarter is coming up at school and life is pretty hectic, so videos are still coming, videos are still here. I've just literally got so much on, so it's quite difficult for me to put out so much stuff, especially around finals time. If you're in school, you probably understand. If not, just take my word for it. Life's crazy. The world is crazy right now as well, especially living in America, but that's another conversation for another time. Scrapper flamethrower build in 3v3s. So I only really made a couple of different changes, not really anything trait oriented, sorry. Build is pretty much the same, it's all about the damage. I'm going to link the build below, but it's going to be alchemy, firearms, and scrapper still. You can see the traits there. I'm going to link the build. You don't need to really, I don't really need to go through it too much, but in case you haven't seen it, maybe I should. But basically alchemy is all about reducing your damage taken. There's protection there over, of course, in protection injection. There is the elixir E, which gives you barrier and protection as well. And then you've got reduced physical and condition damage for each boon you have. So when you pull out your flamethrower, for example, you're able to pull off a lot of boons. You get 2 at the start because you've got stability. You've also got might, which is being built up. So that's already 2. So it's minus 2% incoming damage per boon over there. Each boon, remember, don't forget that. So once you're doing damage, for example, you start to gain fury, you start to gain quickness. This is all through your traits in Scrapper as well. So you gain quickness when you gain might or above the threshold as well. So quickness also grants bonus power. Bonus power. There you go. You can tell it's late. I'm sorry about that. But basically what I've changed in this build is a couple of things, and it's really about who your verse is. I haven't really changed much about the amulet or anything like that. What's changing a lot is my purge gyro, because I'm finding that, okay, I might be going against people who have conditions a lot of the time, but I'm actually finding that the CC that comes out from blast gyro has been extremely helpful, extremely useful. So if you want some proof as to what's going on with this and why, you're wondering, Jebro, whatever. This is my list of placements for the 3v3s. The last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 games. A mix of defeats and victories, more victories than defeats. I got placed in gold 2 with my wins and losses. I played 10 games, I now won 7. You can say what you will about, Guild Wars 2, PvP, less skillful players probably in the game than there has been in a long time, obviously, because, ever since the kind of downfall of Pro League and everything like that, it's become a lot more casual. It's just for the fun. I love the combat in Guild Wars 2, so you can take Gold 2 in 3v3s for whatever you want. I've not played any games since then. I've still got, that early amount of time in the beginning where I can gain or lose like 25 points until that settles down and start to lose or gain like 10 to about 15. That's obviously I've only just been placed, so I could end up anywhere after the next couple of games, in all honesty. But in success with this build, I've been doing pretty well. It offers a ton of support in 3v3s. For example, I've still got my res. I've got a fantastic I've got just, infinite abuse of stability, I'm going to call it. I've got condition removal here. Bulwark gyro is still really, really good. I think in almost every single game I've had, other than the one that's on YouTube, actually, I'm versus Necros with Lich form. So defense field is really, really good. It lasts for 5 seconds, so like half the time just about of Lich Form that's up, and otherwise I can blind, which is really, really good as well. And it's and you can line of sight, so Lich Form is almost, you know, next to useless versus me, unless I bugger up, and it's good for my team, because you're just playing in a 3v3 skirmish, so it's like, you know, it's pretty damn good. Otherwise, there's a lot of damage that comes out from this, you know, no scope, you know, critical hits on foes within range, threshold have a chance to grant fury grants you ferocity, etc, etc. Doing more damage, stability, might, you get some, now actually there was another reason why I was changing into blast gyro is to actually give me a stun break, because you're in that fight, you're fighting permanently. So this is one thing that I was missing before, and I thought, you know what, let's just get a gyro in there and give me a stun break. Okay, it's once every 35 seconds, but to be fair, like, I've got stability as well, permanently. I really need one, and I should be okay. Now, if you're having more trouble, you can change that, and you could even go for something like, you know, but a stun break on a lesser cooldown. I don't know why I'm going to Elixir S, because 35 seconds is still pretty good. But you could go for a couple of elixirs here and see how you go with those as well. But I really feel like defense field so good versus Lich Form Necros. Other than that, that's really about it. Defensive wise and everything else, you've got Bulwark Gyro, you've got your blocks, you've got, you know, your whirl for the electric whirl, of course, as well, which helps you out. I just wanted to really quickly just give you a little bit of an update, really. There isn't much of a change. Big change is just really switching one of your gyros, depending on, you know, not one of your gyros, but purge gyro. And if you need to have more condition removal, have a look at that as well and see if you see what your verse is. If you're not versus Lich, maybe just take out that bulwark and switch in the purge. Or have purge and bulwark and see if you're working more with your defense of your team. It's all about that, really. And to be fair, supply crate early on, you know, you can get a team wipe if you get a couple of members stunned, and you've got some, because the power in this game at the moment is ridiculous. If you get that stun, it's just, yeah, it's pretty strong right now. And it's 3 seconds, so unless I got stun break, gonna get wrecked. Basically. So, and another reason why I made this, a ton of people have been asking me, whispering me, just saying, what are your changes to your build? There isn't many. In all honesty, it works really well. Another thing you could change is the rune, because this is my safety rune. Rune of Air is my safety rune. I just use it for a lot of builds. Another reason is the shocking aura. It does help. You know, after having putting that heal down, that shocking aura is pretty damn nice. Okay, I like it. Try it out. If you're ever stuck for a rune, give that rune a choice. Give that rune a choice. Give that rune a chance. There you go. Give the rune a chance. Otherwise, let me know if you have any questions. I can make a fully updated PvP build for 3v3 if you want. I could also make an alternative to this if you fancy it. Don't forget you've got loads of access to you've still got some swiftness and everything else. It's less about swiftness, of course, in the 2v2s and the 3v3s, although it's still good for mobility, getting away, getting out of fights, and just trying to reset a little bit, get some line of sight and stuff like that as well. So if you have any further questions, let me know. Otherwise, this is a tiny little update video for the Flamethrower Engineer. I will see you next time, and hopefully get you a little bit more detail in the future, and maybe record some offline games as well. Guys, thanks so much for watching. I hope you're safe wherever you are. Take care, and good night.